So the second half of the week, we're still going to be solving equations, but this time we're doing multi-step ones. And the main thing that you got to focus on here is that you simplify before you solve. Okay, so all of these are going to require some form of simplification. So back when we were doing pre-algebra and we were combining like terms or distributing, that's the kind of stuff we're going to have to do before we solve. So with this one, if you'll notice, I have 5n and 4n on the same side. If you have two like terms on the same side, then you have to simplify those. So 5n minus 4n just gives me 1n, or n, equals 3. And in that case, this one's just done. That was convenient. Well, lame. Okay. This one, don't forget to draw your line down because I'm only combining like terms if they're on the same side, okay? So here I have two constants, or two just like regular numbers. So before I start solving, I have to simplify those. So I'm just going to bring down the negative 14 and the 8n, and then I'm going to combine those two to give me positive 2, because positive 3 and negative 1 make positive 2. Now I can solve. So I'm going to subtract 2 on both sides to cancel that out. And I get 8n equals negative 16. And then when I have two numbers, or a number that's just touching a variable, I divide to get rid of it. And I end up with n equals negative 2. Okay. So in some cases, we have distributing. So that's with the parentheses. So the first thing I'm going to do is distribute this 3, which means I'm going to multiply it by everything inside the parentheses. So 3 times 4n is 12n, and 3 times 8 is going to give me 24. And then I'm just going to bring my 84 down. I don't have to combine any like terms, so I can go ahead and start solving. So I'm going to subtract 24 on both sides. And I'll get 12n equals 60. And then to get rid of the 12, I divide. To make those cancel out, and I end up with n equals 5. One more of those. So again, distribute the negative 6. So I'm going to bring down my negative 90. So negative 6 times negative n, the negatives cancel, and I just get 6n. And then negative 6 times positive 8 gives me negative 48. So to get rid of, now that I've distributed and I don't have any like terms on either side, so I can go ahead and start solving. So I'm going to add 48 to both sides. Here that'll cancel out. Negative 90 plus 48 is going to give me 42, sorry, negative 42. And my 6n just comes down. Also, be careful with negatives. It's real easy to like lose or forget about a negative. So next, I just have to divide by 6 on both sides to cancel those out. And I get n equals negative 7. So with these ones, I'm going to distribute still. That's still my first job. Everything else comes down. But don't forget to combine like terms before you start solving. Because if you just started solving here, you're probably going to end up confusing yourself because you're going to like subtract 8 or subtract 7, and then you're going to have that other number and you're like, what am I doing? So first I'm going to just combine these two. So 8 plus 7 is going to give me 15. Minus 56x equals 351. So now I can solve. So I have to subtract 15 on both sides. So I get, this comes down, negative 56x equals 336, right? Yeah. Cool, okay. So next thing I want to do is divide. negative 56. So 336 divided by negative 56 is going to give me negative 6. So remember, the main thing here is simplify before you solve. And sometimes you have to simplify in 2 steps before you can solve. Oh, excuse me. Whew, okay, last one. So I'm still going to distribute first. So my 202 will come down, but I have to multiply negative 5 just by the stuff in parentheses. So this is going to be negative 20 and then negative 30v. And then I'm just going to bring down my negative 7v. So the next thing I want to do is combine those two because they're on the same side. And if I have 2 like terms on the same side, I need to combine them before I solve. So I have 202 equals negative 20 minus 37v. So now that everything's simplified, I can solve. So I'm going to add 20 to both sides to start. So I'm going to get 222 equals negative 37v. But biscuit. Yeah. So when I divide both sides by negative 37, 222 divided by negative 37 is going to give me negative 6. Right. Okay, yeah, sorry, just checking my math. So now that v is by itself, I'm done. Ta-da! Anyway, so that is solving multi-step equations.